All right, guys. Hope you're having a good day. Another hot one here where I'm at, but apparently Seth has made the news. WKRN Channel 2 News. They must have done an interview with Seth, I guess, during the bike ride vigil. And Seth, we'll just say, he voiced some concerns about the local police department and some stuff going on with Sebastian Rogers, the investigation. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna listen to this news piece, and then I'm gonna give some commentary on it. So let's jump into it, guys.
Thank you, Mark. A missing teenager's father wants an overhaul to the investigation. Good evening and welcome to News 2 at 5. I'm Bob Mueller. 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers disappeared from Sumner County back in February. Now his father tells News 2's Nikki McGee how he wants the investigation to change.
This week will mark 3 months since Sebastian Rogers went missing. And as you might imagine, his father Seth has mounting concerns, some of which he shared with News 2 during a bike ride vigil held for Sebastian Sunday.
I don't sense a state of urgency from them. It's not their kid, it's mine.
Although the FBI...
Okay, so Seth says that he doesn't feel a sense of urgency with the police because it's his kid and not theirs. I've got a theory behind that. I got a theory behind that, but let's listen to a little bit more.
FBI and TBI have been assisting the Sumner County Sheriff's Office. Seth would now like to see the case turned over to the FBI to take the lead.
I tell people when you see something, say something. And then they turn around and they tell me they see something and they never get a response. They call the sheriff's department. A lady called me. She got my number. She was like, I waited over 4 hours and nobody showed up.
The Sumner County...
So apparently some lady called the police about something related that she thought would be related to the Sebastian Rogers case. Waited over 4 hours and nothing. So that's what he's saying there.
The Sheriff's Office tells News 2 they do share in Seth's urgency and are following up on all tips. Another disappointment, Seth's driving all the way out to North Carolina after a possible signing of Sebastian, only to be told he'd need to go through his local sheriff's office to see the surveillance. The Sheriff's Office tells News 2 ultimately it wasn't Sebastian.
All right, so we all know about the North Carolina photo that got circulated, and everybody thought it might have been Sebastian. Apparently Seth went out there and they told him that he would have to contact his sheriff's office to get information about that. So we'll go ahead and finish listening to this, and then I'll give my commentary on everything.
I just wanted to see his body language, the way the child was walking, to see if it was possibly my son. And, the lady, her and her son, I would like to say thank you because that gave me a little bit of hope.
News 2 asked the Sheriff's Office and the DA if they would consider turning the case over to the FBI.
All right, did y'all hear that? Let me replay that for you.
I would like to say thank you because that gave me a little bit of hope.
News 2 asked the Sheriff's Office and the DA if they would consider turning the case over to the FBI.
Okay, they asked the Sheriff's Office and the DA. He asked them if they would be considering to turn it over to the FBI. I'll come back to that in just a minute. It's very important right there.
Investigators say they'll continue to work with other law enforcement agencies, and the DA didn't wish to comment on an ongoing investigation.
There you go. There you go, guys. Okay, so you're saying, well, Don B., that's just a news interview. Touche. Touche. It is not just a news interview. There's a lot of important information in this news piece right here. A lot of important information. Remember when the police came out and said that it's not a criminal investigation? Y'all remember that? I'd pull it up, but I don't do like long videos, real long videos. But apparently the police have come out and said it's not a criminal investigation. Let me ask you this. If it's not a criminal investigation, why was there a search warrant, which there had to be enough evidence for a judge to sign off on it, an affidavit for the search warrant, to go search a landfill? Now, the two things that make me think this is a criminal investigation: the search of the landfill, and a district attorney is involved. When's the last time you heard of a district attorney being involved with a runaway? Right? Somebody's in trouble. Somebody's in trouble. They got their eyes set on somebody. They've got their eyes set on somebody.
The FBI. Investigators say they'll continue to work with other law enforcement agencies, and the DA didn't wish to comment on an ongoing investigation.
Hell no, the DA is not going to comment on an ongoing investigation. This criminal guy, this is criminal. This, I don't care what anybody says. I got a gut feeling this is criminal based on a DA being involved and a landfill being searched. I got a feeling we ain't talking about a runaway here. And I got a feeling somebody's ass is in trouble. So the next question I got is, what do police have? I know they've got something to go search that landfill. But what evidence did they put in that affidavit for the search warrant? Where did they get that evidence? Where did police get the evidence to put in that affidavit for a search warrant on that landfill? What was the evidence? And where did they get it? Did they get it from the home that Sebastian Rogers disappeared from? Did they get it from a vehicle that Sebastian Rogers may have been in earlier in the day? Did they get it maybe from the trash can or the trash in or around the house? Just because they've got a trash can outside doesn't mean that police didn't search the trash inside the house. Doesn't mean that, they could have, whatever the evidence is that they put in that affidavit for the search warrant on that landfill. It could have come from a phone, could have come from a computer, could have come from a note tossed in the trash. I don't think we're dealing with a runaway. And I think somebody's ass is in trouble. Seth, if you're watching this, brother, I don't think, well, let me just reassure you. I'm going to try to reassure Seth. Seth, if you're watching this, I believe the TBI is on it, okay? The TBI, or the FBI and the TBI are doing the grunt work of the investigation. Trust me when I say this. I believe that the TBI and the FBI are doing the grunt work in this investigation. So if you're wanting FBI to take it over, well, they pretty much have between them and the TBI. In my opinion, Seth, the local police department is just going to be there to arrest them if it falls in their jurisdiction. Okay? If the people who are responsible for Sebastian's disappearance live in Sumner County, Sumner County is going to be the one to make the arrests. The TBI and FBI are going to be the one to take everything to the district attorney and say, here you go. File the charges. And, just like that big roundup the TBI had, here recently, they rounded up a bunch of, people associated with child crimes. A lot of them were in different counties. The TBI done the grunt work, and when TBI got done, they said, here you go. Go grab their ass. So Seth, if you're watching this, I think the FBI is doing the grunt work. Are they in charge of it? No. But believe me, they're doing the grunt work, and the TBI is doing the grunt work too. And when they're ready, if the people responsible are in Sumner County, it really don't matter what county they're in. They'll contact the county that they need to go pick up the, pieces of crap responsible for what happened to Sebastian. So I hope that eases your mind if you're watching this, Seth. I feel your frustration, but I do think also that, and I'll do a video later about this. Maybe it'll get to the TBI. But I do feel like there does need to at least be some kind of press conference, whether it's 5, 10, 15 minutes, some kind of press conference, just to reassure the public they are working on it and it's still a priority. If anything, to reassure you, Seth. So anyway, guys, that's what I got. Let me know what your thoughts are on my thoughts. Drop the comments below. Do you think, from what I showed you here, do you think somebody's ass is in trouble? Drop the comments below. I'll see you guys on the next video.